Welcome to World Information HD, where history meets hidden treasure. Today, we're diving into the extraordinary world of Lincoln Wheat Pennies, those small, humble 1-cent coins that once passed through millions of pockets. But now, a few rare ones are worth millions. In this countdown, we'll reveal the top 5 most valuable wheat pennies, coins born from minting mistakes, wartime anomalies, and disappearing mint marks. Stick around. You might want to check your old coin jar after this. Today, we're diving into a coin that has captured the attention of collectors, investors, and history enthusiasts alike: the 1941 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny. While it may look like a simple, everyday coin at first glance, this small piece of history has a story, a legacy, and yes, a potential fortune waiting for those who know what to look for. The Lincoln penny, originally introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, is not just a currency, it's a slice of American history. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, breaking away from the traditional allegorical figures that had long adorned American currency. For many, these pennies are an emblem of American ingenuity, perseverance, and culture. The 1941 Lincoln penny, in particular, represents a unique period in history, a nation on the brink of global conflict, yet carrying forward symbols of stability and familiarity in everyday life. The 1941 Lincoln Wheat Penny is easily recognizable by its distinct wheat stalk design on the reverse side, symbolizing prosperity and growth. Unlike some coins minted in larger quantities, the 1941 penny had millions in circulation, but it is the no-mint mark versions that stand out. Why? Because they were minted in Philadelphia, the birthplace of modern U.S. coinage, and unlike other mint locations, Philadelphia did not use a mint mark at the time. That small absence of a letter may seem insignificant, but in the world of coin collecting, it can dramatically impact the rarity and value of a coin. Collectors often focus on several key aspects when determining the value of a wheat penny, including condition, rarity, and historical significance. Condition, in particular, can transform an otherwise ordinary penny into a highly sought-after collector's item. Coins that have been well preserved, with minimal wear, sharp details, and clear inscriptions, are considered to be in mint state condition. These coins can command significantly higher prices than those that have been circulated heavily. Even small differences in wear and tear, scratches, or discoloration can drastically affect a coin's appeal to collectors. Historical significance also plays a role in the desirability of the 1941 no-mint mark penny. The early 1940s were a turbulent time for the United States, with the economy recovering from the Great Depression and the world inching closer to full-scale war. Coins from this period serve as tangible reminders of a bygone era, connecting us to the experiences of ordinary Americans who used these pennies in everyday transactions. They are not just currency. They are artifacts of American life during a pivotal moment in history. Another factor that adds to the intrigue of the 1941 no-mint mark penny is the subtle variations that can occur during the minting process. Small differences in design details, such as the spacing of letters, the depth of the wheat stalks, or the shape of Lincoln's profile, can make certain coins far more collectible. These variations are often difficult to spot without careful inspection, which is why experienced collectors spend hours studying coins under magnification, looking for those rare anomalies that elevate a common penny to a highly prized collectible. It's also worth noting that while the 1941 penny was minted in vast quantities, the survival rate of coins in excellent condition has diminished over time. Many of these coins were used daily, exchanged in shops, saved in jars, or lost entirely, leaving only a fraction of coins in top-tier condition for collectors to find today. This natural attrition increases the rarity and value of well-preserved examples, making them a smart investment for those interested in numismatics. The cultural significance of the Lincoln penny cannot be overstated. Beyond its role as a form of currency, it has become a symbol of American heritage, appearing in countless educational materials, historical accounts, and even popular culture references. The coin represents a bridge between past and present, a reminder that even the smallest pieces of history can hold immense meaning. For collectors, owning a 1941 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is more than just possessing a coin. it's owning a piece of the American story, a tangible connection to the events, people, and culture of that time. Numismatic experts emphasize that when assessing a coin like the 1941 Lincoln penny, attention to detail is crucial. Factors such as luster, surface quality, color, and strike quality all contribute to the coin's overall grade. Professional grading services, which assign a standardized numerical grade to a coin, can help collectors understand its market value and ensure they are paying a fair price or receiving proper compensation when selling. Coins graded in higher tiers often command exponential increases in price compared to those with visible wear or damage, highlighting the importance of careful preservation. But beyond technical considerations, there's also a thrill in the hunt. Many collectors derive immense satisfaction from searching for rare coins in circulation, scouring old collections, or visiting coin shows and auctions. The excitement of uncovering a valuable 1941 no-mint mark penny tucked away in an old wallet, a jar of change, or a forgotten coin album is unmatched, a moment when history, luck, and discovery collide. This sense of adventure and connection to the past is a driving force behind the enduring popularity of coin collecting. In recent years, interest in wheat pennies has surged, driven not only by nostalgia but also by the rising value of rare coins in general. The 1941 no-mint mark Lincoln penny has been recognized by collectors and investors alike as a coin with strong long-term potential. Its combination of historical significance, relative scarcity, and timeless appeal makes it a standout among the vast array of American coins. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a casual enthusiast, the 1941 penny represents an opportunity to own a piece of history that has both emotional and financial value. Collectors also consider provenance when evaluating coins. Knowing a coin's history, where it came from, how it was stored, and whether it was part of a notable collection, can enhance its appeal. Coins with documented histories often fetch higher prices at auction, as buyers have confidence in their authenticity and background. For the 1941 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin that has been preserved carefully and passed down through generations can be especially desirable, carrying both historical and sentimental value. It's important to remember that while the 1941 penny might appear unassuming at first glance, its value can be surprisingly substantial. Many people overlook these coins, assuming that because they were minted in large quantities, they have little worth. However, the nuances of condition, rarity, and collector demand can turn even a seemingly ordinary penny into a highly prized collectible. For those willing to take the time to learn what to look for, the rewards can be remarkable. For anyone interested in collecting, buying, or selling these coins, education is key. Understanding coin grading, market trends, and common pitfalls in the numismatic world can help ensure smart investments and satisfying acquisitions. Knowledgeable collectors often emphasize patience, research, and careful handling, reminding newcomers that the pursuit of rare coins is as much about the journey as the financial outcome. Every coin tells a story, and every discovery adds to the rich tapestry of American history. And now, after exploring the history, significance, and collectible factors surrounding this remarkable coin, it's time to reveal its potential value. For a well-preserved 1941 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny in excellent condition, the market price can be incredibly impressive. While many might overlook it as just another penny from decades ago, collectors recognize its true worth. In fact, this coin can fetch an astonishing $32,388. Yes, a single penny, tiny, unassuming, yet holding a fortune in value for those who understand its significance and rarity. So, the next time. The United States of America has long been home to some of the most fascinating and collectible coins in the world, but among them, few hold the mystique and enduring appeal of the Lincoln wheat penny. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the Lincoln penny quickly became more than just currency. It became a piece of history, a symbol of American heritage, and for collectors, a potential treasure waiting to be discovered in spare change or old collections. Today, we're going to dive deep into one particularly intriguing coin that has captivated collectors for decades: the 1948 Lincoln wheat penny, minted without a mint mark. The story of the Lincoln wheat penny begins at a pivotal moment in American history. The penny was introduced during a period of great change and transformation in the United States. The nation was still grappling with the rapid industrialization of the early 20th century, the aftershocks of the Great Depression, and by 1909, the country was beginning to take steps toward a modern economy. In the midst of all this, the Lincoln penny emerged, standing out not only for its design but also for what it represented, a tribute to Abraham Lincoln, a president whose legacy of perseverance, equality, and integrity resonated deeply with the American people. By 1948, the Lincoln wheat penny had firmly established itself as a staple in every American's pocket. The design featured the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, crafted by the talented designer Victor David Brenner, while the reverse displayed the iconic wheat ears, a design that would remain on the penny until 1958. However, it was the subtle variations, the mint marks, and the production qualities of certain years that would make some coins far more desirable than others. The 1948 Lincoln penny without a mint mark is one such example, a coin that seems ordinary at first glance but can carry significant value in the right hands. Mint marks play a critical role in the world of coin collecting. They indicate where a coin was produced and, in many cases, affect the coin's rarity. For collectors, coins without a mint mark can be especially interesting because, for the Lincoln penny, a missing mint mark often denotes production at the Philadelphia Mint, the largest mint in the United States at the time. The 1948 no mint mark penny was produced in Philadelphia, a city with a rich history of coin production dating back to the nation's early days. While millions of pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint each year, the condition, preservation, and circulation of individual coins over decades can create remarkable distinctions that make certain coins highly sought after by collectors today. One of the most exciting aspects of the 1948 no mint mark Lincoln penny is its accessibility. Unlike some rarer coins that may require connections, auctions, or decades of hunting, this coin can sometimes be found in circulation or in old coin collections passed down through families. Yet, its true value is unlocked through careful examination. Collectors meticulously inspect each penny for wear, luster, and any imperfections that may affect its grade. Coins in mint condition, free from scratches, corrosion, or discoloration, can command prices far beyond their face value. Even subtle differences, such as the sharpness of Lincoln's hair, the clarity of the date, or the integrity of the wheat ears on the reverse, can make a noticeable difference in value. The grading of coins is another critical element in understanding the worth of a 1948 Lincoln wheat penny. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, with many intermediary grades that describe the coin's overall condition. A coin in mint state, often denoted as MS60 or higher, is essentially flawless and exhibits the luster and detail of a newly minted coin. For the 1948 no mint mark Lincoln penny, higher grade coins are rare because most circulated pennies have accumulated wear over the decades. Finding a well-preserved specimen can feel like discovering a hidden gem, and the excitement of this hunt is one of the reasons coin collecting has endured as a popular and rewarding hobby. While the 1948 Lincoln penny is not among the rarest of the wheat pennies, it remains a significant piece for collectors due to its historical context and potential value. Coin enthusiasts often seek out complete sets of Lincoln wheat pennies, aiming to collect one example from every year of production. The 1948 penny is a critical piece of that puzzle, bridging the post-World War II era with the mid-20th century. Its design reflects a period of optimism, recovery, and growth in America, offering collectors a tangible connection to history with every coin they hold. Another interesting factor that makes the 1948 Lincoln penny appealing is its role as an everyday coin that quietly circulated in a rapidly changing America. Imagine holding a 1948 penny and picturing it in someone's hand as they bought groceries, paid for a movie ticket, or saved it in a piggy bank. That single penny has witnessed decades of history, silently moving through the hands of generations. For collectors, this connection to the past adds emotional value beyond the monetary worth. It's a reminder that coins are not just pieces of metal, they are small time capsules, preserving moments and stories from the era in which they were minted. For those who are serious about collecting, the 1948 no mint mark Lincoln penny presents opportunities for specialization. Some collectors focus exclusively on wheat pennies from the Philadelphia Mint, while others seek out coins in the highest possible condition. There are also collectors who explore error coins, those rare coins with mistakes during production, such as double strikes, off-center images, or missing elements. While the 1948 no-mint mark penny does not typically feature such errors, its availability in high-grade specimens makes it a prized addition to any advanced collection. Beyond personal collections, the 1948 Lincoln Wheat Penny can also attract attention from investors looking at coins as an alternative asset. Unlike stock markets, where values can fluctuate dramatically, rare coins have demonstrated long-term stability and historical significance. For this reason, even coins that may appear ordinary at first glance, like the 1948 penny without a mint mark, can grow in value over time if preserved well and handled responsibly. Collectors who maintain their coins in protective holders or specialized albums are often rewarded as these coins retain their luster and detail for decades, ensuring they remain appealing to future generations. It's important to note that not all 1948 pennies are created equal. Those found in circulation with heavy wear may be worth only a few cents to a collector, but carefully preserved coins can command significantly higher prices. Expert graders look for factors such as strike quality, metal composition, color, and even subtle nuances in the design. For example, coins that exhibit a strong strike with crisp lines in Lincoln's profile and the wheat stalks on the reverse are considered more desirable. In addition, coins that have retained their original copper color, without turning dark or corroded, are highly valued in the numismatic community. Collectors also take interest in the story behind each coin. A 1948 penny may have survived in a family collection, tucked away in a drawer for decades, or it may have been found in a dusty coin jar at a local estate sale. Each coin carries its own journey, and these stories can add to its appeal. Enthusiasts often share tales of finding high-grade coins in unexpected places, proving that the thrill of discovery is alive and well, even today. Finally, for anyone lucky enough to encounter a 1948 no-mint mark Lincoln penny in exceptional condition, it represents not just a piece of history but a potentially valuable investment. This coin bridges the post-war era and the modern age, offering a tangible connection to American culture and heritage. Its design, historical significance, and collector appeal make it more than just a penny. It is a miniature work of art, a symbol of resilience, and a potential treasure. After decades of circulation and careful collecting, the 1948 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark can command impressive value in the numismatic market. For those who have been fortunate enough to preserve such a coin in excellent condition, the payoff can be substantial. While it may seem like a humble piece of metal at first, its historical significance, collector demand, and condition-driven rarity make it highly sought after. If you are holding on to one of these coins, or stumble across one in an old collection, it is essential to have it evaluated and appreciated properly. The meticulous attention given to each detail, its mint, its condition, and its story, can reveal the true potential of this small yet remarkable coin. The 1948 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, in excellent condition, holds a remarkable value of $40,288. The camera fades in with a slow cinematic sweep over a table scattered with magnifying glasses, coin holders, old bank rolls, and the soft gleam of copper cents collected over decades. A warm light shines across a single Lincoln Wheat penny at the center, and the narrator's voice steps in gently, pulling viewers into a world where history, rarity, and luck collide in the palm of your hand. Every collector, whether a beginner digging through a handful of pocket change or a seasoned expert examining auction catalogs, shares one dream: stumbling across a coin so special that it transforms an ordinary moment into a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. Today, that dream takes us back to the year 1955, not the famous double-die penny everyone knows, but a lesser-talked-about yet extremely valuable cousin, the United States of America 1955 D-Mint Mark Lincoln Wheat Penny. This coin, struck in Denver, hides an incredible story of survival, scarcity, and surprising auction performance that still turns heads in the numismatic world. To appreciate why this modest 1-cent piece can hold such impressive value, we need to understand the historical canvas on which it was created. America in the mid-1950s was booming with industry and post-war optimism. Denver's mint was working at high capacity to meet coin circulation needs, striking tens of millions of wheat pennies each year. But even in such enormous production, something fascinating happened. Only a tiny fraction of these coins survived in top condition, untouched by circulation, protected from scratches, humidity, and daily wear. Most coins went straight into pockets, purses, cash registers, and grocery counters. Very few were carefully preserved. This factor alone plays a massive role in the value of the 1955 D penny today. Because the majority were circulated heavily, finding one in poor or average condition is easy. But finding one with its original red copper shine, crisp rim, bold details, and immaculate surface, that is where rarity steps in. Collectors call these high-grade pieces the jewels of the wheat penny era. But what exactly makes the Denver minted 1955 penny stand out when countless other wheat pennies exist? The answer lies in the combination of its historical significance, low survival rate in mint condition, and the strong collector demand for mid-century Lincoln cents. Many collectors focus on building complete year-end mint mark sets, and the 1955 D is essential to completing the 1950s section of the Lincoln series. When demand meets limited supply, values rise dramatically. The coin itself carries a design known and loved by millions. On the obverse, we see the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, created by Victor David Brenner back in 1909 to celebrate his 100th birthday. The image is simplistic yet powerful, symbolizing strength and leadership. Above his head sits the motto, "In God We Trust," a phrase deeply rooted in American identity. To the left is the word, "Liberty," and to the right is the year of mintage, 1955, along with the small yet significant letter D, the mint mark of the Denver Mint. This little letter plays a huge role in tracking a coin's origin and value. On the reverse, the wheat ears stand tall and symmetrical, framing 1 cent and United States of America. These wheat ears are symbolic of growth, hard work, and America's agricultural heritage. The bottom carries the Latin phrase, E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many one, representing unity. Though simple in design, the wheat penny reverse remains one of the most iconic in U.S. coin history, admired by collectors for its classic, vintage look. But even with a beloved design, not all wheat pennies reach impressive auction levels. What separates the 1955 D from millions of common coins is grade. Coin grading is the most influential factor determining worth. A heavily worn 1955 D penny may only be worth a few cents. A lightly circulated one may bring a few dollars. But the true excitement lies in specimens graded mint state, especially those with the bright original, red color, signifying copper that has not darkened over time. To picture the beauty of an untouched mint state 1955 D penny. Imagine holding a coin that looks like it was struck yesterday despite being nearly 70 years old. The luster swirls in full cartwheel brilliance under a light. Lincoln's hair shows sharp texture. Wheat stalks on the reverse appear crisp with no smoothing or flattening. The rim is full and even. These near-perfect coins are the ones collectors fight for, and the ones auction houses proudly display. And then there is the scarcity. While millions were minted, only a microscopic fraction survived in pristine, high-grade condition. Most copper coins naturally tone and darken over time. They pick up small scratches from contact with other coins. Even storage in old jars or envelopes can cause tiny spots or corrosion. That is why professional grading services like PCGS and NGC have certified only a limited number of top-tier 1955 D wheat pennies. The fewer there are, the more collectors compete for them, pushing auction prices upward year after year. Another factor adding excitement to this coin is the unpredictability of survival. Unlike some rare varieties created by minting errors, the 1955 D penny is valuable not because of a dramatic mistake, but because so few examples in outstanding condition exist. This means anyone could potentially find one in an old jar, an inherited collection, or forgotten rolls of wheat pennies stored decades ago. Stories continue to emerge of collectors discovering high-grade wheat pennies tucked away in dresser drawers, safety deposit boxes, and estate collections. This possibility keeps interest alive and gives this humble Denver minted coin an almost treasure hunt mystique. Collectors also love the mid-1950s wheat pennies because they represent the final years of the classic wheat reverse. Just a few years later, in 1959, the wheat design was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse. Because of this transition, the 1950s wheat pennies feel like the closing chapter of a legendary era. Many collectors want to preserve this history in its best possible form. The 1955D, being from the middle of this decade, is an essential piece of that story. The investment potential of this coin also draws attention. In the last 2 decades, interest in numismatics has surged. People from all walks of life have begun appreciating the beauty, history, and value locked in older coins. Social media, YouTube, online auctions, and collector forums have made it easier than ever for hobbyists to share discoveries and track market trends. As more people enter the hobby, competition for rare high-grade wheat pennies intensifies. And with the 1955D being a key date for completing sets, it continues to see strong demand. Now imagine a coin that was never touched, never spent, never thrown in a pocket or dropped on a sidewalk. It remained protected from the moment it left the Denver Mint, stored carefully by someone who recognized its importance, or simply by chance saved it from a lifetime of circulation where that coin, preserved so perfectly, becomes a treasure of the copper world. And every collector knows that treasures often lead to thrilling auction results. One such incredible example of this coin, preserved in exceptional condition, stunned collectors when it crossed the auction block and reached a value few expected for a mid-century cent. After intense bidding, fueled by rarity, grade, and demand, the final hammer price soared to an extraordinary figure that cements the 1955D penny as a serious contender in the world of valuable wheat cents. So before you toss aside that old coin jar or discount the pennies in your change, remember, history hides in the smallest places. The 1955D Lincoln Wheat Penny proves that even a simple 1-cent coin can carry decades of heritage, beauty, and incredible value. Your next great discovery might be resting quietly in your home, waiting for the right moment, and the right eyes, to reveal its worth, because one of these remarkable coins, in its highest grade, sold for an astonishing $43,332. In the world of American coin collecting, few treasures carry the same excitement as the classic Lincoln Wheat Penny. These humble copper coins have been part of American pockets, wallets, and stories for generations, and every now and then, a rare year or an unexpected variety shines like a hidden gem waiting to be discovered. Today's focus is on one such coin, a piece that might look ordinary at first glance but holds an extraordinary story beneath its copper surface. This is the tale of the United States of America 1956 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny, a coin that has surprised collectors, puzzled new hobbyists, and made its mark in the world of numismatics for its beauty, history, and the possibility of high value. The year 1956 falls near the end of the famous wheat penny era. With just 2 years left before the design change, the U.S. Mint was already preparing to transition into the Lincoln Memorial reverse. But in 1956, millions of wheat pennies were produced, especially at the Philadelphia Mint, which issued the no-mint mark variety. At first glance, the coin seems common, almost too common for collectors to consider rare. However, hidden among those millions are specimens that stand out. Some were struck with exceptional clarity, some survived the decades without wear, and others carry subtle errors that can make them extremely valuable. And that is where the excitement begins. Every coin tells a story, not just of its era but of its survival, how it traveled through the hands of families, soldiers, farmers, business owners, and students. The 1956 no-mint mark penny has lived through a time when a single cent held meaning. Back then, children could buy candy for 1 penny, newspapers were just a few coins, and a single cent could start a conversation about saving, spending, or dreaming of a better future. When you hold one of these coins today, you're holding a tiny relic of American life. Collectors often start by looking at the obverse, the front of the coin. You'll see Abraham Lincoln facing right, his profile carved in impressive detail despite the coin's small size. Even after decades, the beauty of Victor David Brenner's design remains unforgettable. Above Lincoln's portrait stretches the familiar phrase that has defined U.S. coinage for more than a century: "In God we trust." To the left of Lincoln stands the word liberty, sharp and symbolic. And to the right, the date 1956, without any mint mark, confirming its production in Philadelphia. A no mint mark coin from this era is not unusual, but its condition and specific striking characteristics are what elevate its value. Turn it over, and the reverse side carries the classic wheat ears that gave this series its name. Two detailed stalks frame the center text, 1 cent and United States of America. Above that sits the Latin motto E pluribus unum, a reminder of unity and identity. Although millions of these coins were minted, finding one with strong devices, original luster, and crisp lines on the wheat stalks is far more difficult today than people imagine. Time has worn most of them down, and many were lost or damaged along their journey. This is why collectors always talk about condition. The difference between a circulated 1956 penny and a well-preserved one can be massive. A worn one may only be worth a few cents, but a high-grade, uncirculated one can astonish even experienced coin dealers. When a 1956 penny shines with its original red copper glow, free from scratches, weak strikes, or spots, it becomes a standout example. In the world of coin grading, these pristine conditions are known as mint state. The higher the grade, the greater the value. Coins graded MS65, MS66, or MS67 can cross into impressive price territory. These coins appear almost flawless under magnification, and their appeal often sparks bidding battles at auctions. Another factor that drives up the value is rarity in condition. While the 1956 penny wasn't rare when it was first minted, surviving top-tier examples are scarce today. Many people underestimate how hard it is for a copper coin to remain untouched for nearly 70 years. Copper is reactive, prone to spots, discoloration, and fading. To find one that has maintained its original color is like finding a time capsule. Collectors call them red cents. Slightly toned coins are red-brown, and darker pieces are brown. Naturally, fully red examples command the highest prices. But beyond condition, there's another layer of interest: errors. Mint errors can turn a common penny into a valuable collectible. Some 1956 pennies display die breaks, doubled die elements, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks. Though Philadelphia coins technically had no mint mark, there are still small quirks and striking anomalies that can occur. Whether it's a doubled inscription, a slightly misaligned die creating a noticeable shift in design, or an unusually bold strike that makes the date stand out, each unique feature can increase desirability. Collectors know that even subtle errors can push a penny's value upward. A die crack running across Lincoln's portrait, or a dramatic off-center strike can bring significant premiums, especially when combined with an excellent grade. These unique pieces become conversation starters, historically fascinating, and financially rewarding. Another reason the 1956 penny remains popular is its role in the final years of the wheat penny era. Many collectors focus on completing a full set of wheat pennies from 1909 to 1958. While most dates are easy to find, the toughest challenge is securing high-grade pieces. As collectors compete to complete their sets with the best examples available, demand naturally rises. And with demand comes higher value. So, what makes the 1956 no mint mark Lincoln wheat penny so appealing today? It's the combination of nostalgia, beauty, rarity and high grade, and the possibility that the coin you find sitting unnoticed in a jar, drawer, or old family box might be one of those remarkable survivors. People around the world search through their pocket change, coin rolls, and estate collections, hoping to discover a piece that has been quietly gaining value over time. Stories frequently surface of someone finding an old penny passed down through generations, unaware that its quality or error makes it worth far more than a single cent. Even today, collectors continue to submit 1956 pennies to grading services, hoping to achieve a high mint state grade. The excitement of opening the graded slab and discovering a nearly flawless example is something every numismatist understands. It is a mix of history, art, patience, and luck. And in rare cases, the reward can be extraordinary. With the growing interest in coin collecting on platforms like YouTube, social media, and auction sites, more people are learning about these hidden gems. Videos, guides, and collectors' forums help newcomers understand just how much value can be found in simple pieces of change. And the 1956 penny, with its strong market presence and historical charm, continues to earn attention. For anyone who owns one of these coins, the first step is examining it carefully. Look for its color, sharpness, and level of wear. Hold it under bright light to see whether the original luster shines through. Look closely at the wheat lines, Lincoln's hair, and the lettering. These features tell the story of its condition. And if you suspect you have a standout example, consider having it graded. It may just surprise you. As we conclude this deep exploration into the world of the 1956 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny, remember that every coin has potential. Even a small penny can become a treasured collectible. Sometimes the most valuable discoveries appear in the simplest forms, waiting for someone curious enough to look closely. And now, the highest recorded auction price for an exceptional example of this coin reached $55,333.